Hey everyone, this is Naren and welcome back to a new session of English with me. This is the 9th episode of How to Start Learning English. And I hope you have watched the older videos and it was really helpful for you. Today we will see how to read and learn English. Oh, wait, don't stop. Don't close this. If reading is not your piece of cake, just watch this. This might be helpful for you. Let me ask you, do you like reading? I know some of you might say not even a little bit. If you are someone who doesn't like to read even in your native language, well then English would be even more painful. You might enjoy watching and listening, but just try this. Just try if you can enjoy reading. Watch this video till the end and just try to follow these methods and see if you can build an interest in reading. You know, all of you are not born with that eagerness to read. Sometimes we need to build reading in ourselves. We need to build some habits in ourselves. So, let's try if you can do this. What you should do to start reading, to train yourself to read, first you should choose a book. A book, any book, anything is fine. No, anything is not fine. Choose something according to your level. Don't bring those heavy big books and start reading from it. Initially, you should start from small books. That is really simple. Just see this. This book, you are starting it today. You are first time going to read and you are starting from such a thick, big book and you will be like, what is this? This is so difficult. I can't start reading. But imagine this book. This is a very thin book. Oops. This is a very thin book, even this is kind of big book. I don't have any small thin books with me right now, but this is comparatively small one, right? So when you start reading this one, you may feel like, okay, this is much more better. This is kind of relaxing to look at. So what you have to do is always try to look something from your level. Read something small initially. You don't have any habit of reading. You are a beginner in English, so don't choose something very big. Always choose a small book, a book that is in your level. When you see such heavy books, you will be like frustrated and you will leave reading. You will say, that is not for me. I can't do it. So what you have to do is choose wisely. By the end of the session, I will also give you the names of some books that you need to read according to your levels. Now, the second thing you need to do is set realistic goals. Always set some achievable goals. For example, I will read 2 pages of a book today, or I'll read this chapter today. Something like that. You can gradually increase the complexity of what you are reading or how much you are reading, but initially go little by little. Don't just gulp everything at once. You cannot do it. That would be a little bit hard for you. So start from something small. Start little by little. Now the next thing is you need to take breaks in between reading. Don't stress yourself. Don't just finish reading something thinking that it can improve your English. Don't continuously read something. You need to take breaks in between. You need to drink, you need to eat, you need to sleep. You need to do your basic activities. You need to go for work, you need to go to school. You have to do everything daily, and along with that, you need to read something. Read for at least 5 to 10 minutes. If you don't have a lot of time with you, just read for 5 to 10 minutes. Or if you feel like reading is so boring, try reading for 5 to 10 minutes initially. And if you find it interesting, you can increase your time later. So always try to read for some time. If you aren't interested in reading books, you can also try reading any newspaper, articles, or blogs. Anything is fine, but you need to start reading. And the next thing is, when you read something, read it aloud. When you're reading something, always read it aloud, loudly. What is the benefit of reading something aloud? It can help you speak in a steady pace. You can speak in a steady speed. Also, when you're reading aloud, you will actually look into those punctuations and everything. When you're reading at full stops, you need to completely stop there for some time. And when it is a comma, you don't have to stop it completely. You just need to pause for just a few seconds. So to understand that, you need to read aloud. Just look at this portion that I'm going to read now. 4 hours later, the plane glided over the sea and landed at Lanzarote Airport. Everyone cheered and applauded, and no one on the plane was more relieved than Dennis. "Oh, I had the biggest headache," she complained to the girls as they made their way to the luggage reclaim. So how you should read is, you should pause at the right places, you should look for the punctuation mark, and also you should place your finger on the book. Finger or the tip of a pen or anything, point at the words that you are reading. You know why you're doing that? So that you will concentrate even more. Have you had a situation where you have to read a line twice or thrice or a lot more times? Why does it happen? You might have read a line just now, but you didn't understand what it meant. It is not because you doesn't know English. It is because you are not concentrating. You are just reading something and you're not concentrating in it. Your mind is wandering somewhere else. So to overcome such problems, placing your finger or the tip of a pen or something like that can be helpful. So try this trick. Even if you are a student, you are studying for your exams or something like that, and you cannot concentrate, just try pointing out and reading. That can be more helpful. Now, when you're reading, you might come across new words. There will be some idioms and phrases that you have not seen or heard yet. You might not know what it means. In that situations, underline it or highlight it. And after your reading session, look for its meaning. Look for its pronunciation. Most of the time we know what it means, but we don't know how it is properly pronounced. So also look for its pronunciation and then make a sentence out of it. And start using it in your sentences. Use it daily. Talk to someone or talk to yourself and use that word in your sentence or use that phrase when you're talking. See, sometimes you might need to read a book twice to get those new words. Sometimes that book might be very, very interesting, and you cannot take your eyes off that book and you cannot concentrate on anything else, and you want to know how the story is going. In that case, just leave it. Concentrate on your story. Don't lose your interest and start looking for words. What you have to do is read that book twice. Read it again and look for the new words. I keep on telling one thing, that you need to do something that is interesting for you. This way you are actually helping yourself to improve your English, and also you are enjoying it. You are entertaining yourself. You are also helping your mind to freshen up. This way, enjoyment and learning can go hand in hand. Okay, now let's see some books that can help you improve your English. Also, these are some of my recommendations, and I have arranged it according to the level. Initially, you should start with this book and then elementary, then advanced. I have categorized it, but all the books are my recommendations. So what you have to do is, if you know some other books that is interesting and that can help to learn English, please do comment it down. Please share your recommendations so that we all can enjoy reading those books. So if you are someone who doesn't know any English, you are very new to learning English, you should start with a book, The Cat in the Hat. This book is made for children, but don't feel shy or feel bad of yourself for reading such a small book, because you want to improve. You are the one who want to learn English. Don't look at what others are thinking about you. If you are comfortable in reading such a beginner book, do it. Start from the beginning. If you doesn't know anything in English, start from the very basic. You should start from zero to learn English. Also, you can find some children's book in stores. So go find it and start reading it. Don't think of your level in English right now. You are just a beginner. You need that book. No one is going to help you. You need to help yourself. You are your responsibility. So what you have to do is start from basic. Find some children's book and start reading it. Now, many of you have asked me how I started learning English. I was actually brought up in a different country. I was not in my native place. I was in a different country and English was compulsory there. In my school, I had to strictly speak in English. Also, my parents trained me to learn English when I was very young. I started with a book called Ladybug. I think its name is Ladybug. There was a boy called Peter and a girl Jane, and there was a dog. I don't remember the name of that dog, but it was really nice. I still remember that book. Maybe it's because it was my first book, but I had a really beautiful attachment with that book because I started with that book. I don't know if it is still available in the market. That is how I started. I started with this book. My parents planted that seed in me to start reading. They built that habit in me and I read a lot of books. I am proud of it. I read a lot of books in my past and even currently I read a lot of books. I love reading books and I love to read books physically. I don't like to read books online. I want that book in my hand. I want to feel that book. I want to touch and read that book. I want to smell it. I don't know why I feel like it. Maybe you might think I'm crazy or something, but I love to smell, touch and read that book. We have different ways to enjoy the weather, right? When it is rainy, we all like to go outside and play in rain. But during winters, this is my favorite activity. I love to read books with a cup of hot coffee in my hand. Oh, I deviated from the topic. Okay, now let's get back on. So initially, you should start with some children's book. Once you have completed your 0 level, let's move on to level 1. There you should read books such as Charlotte's Web, The House on Mango Street, The Adventure of Tom Sawyer, Peter Pan, and also try reading comic books. The illustrated books. You can find a lot of comic books these days and try reading them. Pictures with a lot of prints and colors. It can be very engaging. You can actually visualize and read. If you are someone interested in reading, you can actually build that habit these ways. Try reading some illustrated books. Now let's look at level 3. In level 3, let's read some mystery books so that you won't lose that interest. By reading mystery books, you will actually continue your reading. You won't leave it in between because you want to finish that story. You want to know the ending, what happens next. Read such kind of books which can give you that eagerness. What is next? What is next? Read such kind of books. I'll give you some options. Try reading Goosebumps, Famous Five, Secret Seven, Nancy Drew. And if you are looking for some love stories, you can try reading Fault in Our Stars. Also, try reading Alchemist. That is a really good book. It is a motivational story. Try reading The Alchemist. Also, start reading the Harry Potter books. If you are interested, you can start reading Harry Potter at this level. I'm sorry for the sunlight coming in. It's a sunny evening today. For the past 3 days, it was so cloudy outside. And today it's sunny and I'm kind of enjoying it. Okay, now the next level, level 4. In this level, start reading books such as Hunger Games. Also try books such as The Thousand Splendid Sun. You know, after reading this book, I couldn't sleep for some days. You should read it. Then The Kite Runner. Who Will Cry When You Die? Ikigai. The Book Thief. The Old Man and the Sea. These are some recommendations from my side. I am not compelling you to read the same books. You can choose according to your wish, but if you haven't started anything, if you don't know what to start with or what to read next, just try this list. Choose a book that suits you. There are different genres. Choose something that is suitable for you. The level, the size, how a book looks like. You know, everything matters when you are starting to read for the first time. So, choose according to your likes. So, my dear friends, this is all about reading books effectively to learn English. And I hope you will all start reading today. So, my dear people, this is all for today. I'll be back with a new video soon. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Bye.